What is going on, guys? Green Ranger 1701 here. Oh my gosh, it is too hot. I've been in this thing for, I don't know, at least 4 hours if you can see. So, excuse the messiness here. So I just completed my second showing of The Batman. I went to Tuesday's fan first premiere by Regal Theaters. And then I went back tonight, which is kind of technically opening night. It's Thursday the 3rd. It might be the 4th by the time this gets posted. But I also wanted to get a second time in to get a real reaction. I was so excited about the film on Tuesday. I was just trying to soak in my excitement. So I wanted to make sure that I had a proper review for this movie. So first of all, I got some really cool swag from Regal. And by the way, anybody who's watching this who was there tonight at Regal and took all those photos of me, thank you. Very honored. Thank you so much. Glad to know I wasn't sweating for no reason. And glad to know everybody got some joy out of it. I certainly did. Batman is my hero. Always has been, always will be. So that being said, back to the review here. Like I said, I wanted to get in, get a second one because I was so hyped on Tuesday that I just didn't want to come and run it on that opinion and just say great, right? So let me tell you, non-spoiler by the way, and that'll be in the title, the description. I'll kind of go backwards because I'll address the Batman last, but let's start with Colin Farrell's The Penguin. Wow, when people say that they couldn't, recognize Colin Farrell in this film, I 150% agree. This guy actually reminded me of Joe Pesci a little bit with his accent and all these things. He just really nailed it, and just wow. I mean, he just understood the character. A lot of this film, I really felt like the Arkham games, right? There was just so much detail put in, or a lot of the animated films. This movie is the film that we've been waiting for as fans, I think. That's why when people come to me and they say, well, what'd you think? Where'd you rate it? Things like that. It's hard for me to do because it's so on its own level. It's so different than what we've ever seen before, and in such a positive way, too. So I'm going to move up to Carmine Falcone. I don't remember the actor's name. I just do know he was in Transformers. I wasn't a big fan of him, but did he nail it? There was some, as you've seen in the preview, so I don't feel like this is a spoiler, but there's obviously some Long Halloween material in here and content, specifically surrounding Carmine Falcone. This guy nailed it. It's so funny when you see people in really hilarious roles, which this actor has done continuously throughout other films he's done. He just nailed it. He just really understood what a mob boss should be like, how he would act. Just great stuff. Paul Dano as the Riddler. I gotta tell you, he and one other were ones that I was really concerned about going into this film. Seeing the mask and all these things. Of course, I got my special edition Long Halloween thing, which has his helmet on there, which I don't care. Anyway, the mask I thought was going to be this kind of MacGuffin of the film, this center point that was hopefully not gonna have something useless attached to it or something like that. But man, I didn't even pay attention, right? And that's all thanks to Paul Dano's acting and how he treated the Riddler character. He had such a variety of emotions that he utilized in this character. There was levels of seriousness, sadisticness, jokingness, craziness. He just rolled it all into one, and it was all believable. And the way that he could just turn those dials and change from one emotion to the next was just incredible. So he was a worry for me. That fear is gone. He did fantastic. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Selena Kyle. She was my other concern. Boy, does she understand Catwoman. More or less, she understands Selena Kyle. And when I say that, kind of we separate Bruce Wayne and the Batman, right? She understood ways about Catwoman and Selena Kyle that you really haven't seen so well done since Anne Hathaway. In the sense that she was also able to tell those emotions. She was carrying herself, just the way she was able to range her emotions as well, from going from one emotion to the next. The way she talked to Bruce Wayne, their chemistry with Robert Pattinson was just phenomenal. And they didn't center focus her too much into the film. Like, she had a part to play, but it wasn't all about her. And that was one of my other pieces that I was a little worried about. So just, again, another fear erased. Great job. But let's get to Robert Pattinson. So I have backed him from day one, just like I did Ben Affleck, and he didn't let me down. This guy is playing a year 2 Batman, Bruce Wayne, coming into his own, right? Learning a lot, making mistakes, trying to figure out who he is. If you think about a young Bruce Wayne, I think he's got it. I really do. His body language as the Batman, he spends about 80% of his time in the suit, which I really liked as well. And then the points where he was Bruce Wayne, you could see the struggle, you could see the importance, you could see the emotion attached to the individual, and kind of see that sweep away when he became the Batman. But he just owned it. Absolutely owned it. The way he spoke, the way he looked, the way he carried himself, the way his body language was, his amazing chemistry with Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. Just, man, I mean, I don't want to say this movie was flawless, but boy, did it feel like it. Now, my wife and I had a discussion because she went on Tuesday with me. There's some dragging pieces. Some would say maybe it doesn't need to go 3 hours. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that, especially when we're packing so much in. All of these characters tie together. 100% they tie together. And that's something else I like, because this is the detective Batman we've never seen in live action. And that's what I love. This is what we've been waiting for. When I played the Arkham games, the most fun I got was playing detective, figuring things out. I spent so many hours on Arkham Knight finding all 200 of Riddler's trophies, like figuring out the riddles, going through his mazes, going through his questions, because I enjoy that stuff. So this movie was just nailed it. Matt Reeves, if you don't know his work, he had done Planet of the Apes and some other things. Cloverfield, people say he wasn't all that popular or maybe that great. I have loved his work thus far, and he didn't disappoint with the Batman. So, there were a couple things I didn't really care for. You'll probably find them petty, so I'm not going to bring them up. They don't have any effect on the film, just my personal views. So 9.5 out of 10, probably. Just incredible. No movie's perfect, which is why I'm not going to grade it a 10, but just wow. And I know a lot of people are going to comment down below, what do you think the Batman versus the Dark Knight is better? End of story. That's nothing against Christian Bale. I mostly enjoyed his Batman. I love Batman Begins more than the other two. I have a different point of view, as usual with most comic fans. But I think he just smoked it. I think he understands the character he's gotten into, and I'm really hoping they do more. I'm hoping this turns into a trilogy or something more, because I thought this film just really nailed it. And the previews give up so little. I didn't really expect that at all. It just, of course it's a longer film too, but I don't want to prattle on. This movie was phenomenal. If you haven't seen it yet, if you're a big Batman fan, even if you're not, I think you're going to enjoy what Matt Reeves has created for us all. I'm grateful, in a way, for the pandemic, for getting that time to do the reshoots, to take his time on this movie, really make the masterpiece that it's already become. I see, a showing number 3 in my future. Let me know in the comments down below if you've seen it yet. Please don't spoil it for anyone else. We can do that a little bit later. Maybe I'll give a full spoiler review later on. Normally, this isn't what my channel does. Obviously, I have a cosplay review. But again, thank you to those who came to me tonight and took pictures. It was super a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the time with me. And I hope those of you who've seen the Batman, tell me what you think below. If you haven't seen it yet, do go see it. All right? All right. I'm going to go clean up. I am super sweaty, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.